Hello everyone, Treadstone here with Warlords 2, and I wanted to do a video on special currencies in the game. So if you ever want to know, you can click on the top of the screen where you see your metals, gold or stone. Just click anywhere up there and it'll show you all of your resources that you have. It starts with diamonds, then stone, gold, and metals. And then there's special currencies. So you have the gold keys, silver keys, cathedral blessings, Star Force, which is used in the Astral Island. And what else do we got here? We have Saint Shards, Skin Shards. Then you have the Topaz, Ruby, Sapphire, Goshenite, I don't know, Emerald. Those are used in the War Monument and Alliance Magic Stone, Bat Marks, Angel Tears, Loudspeakers. And then you run into your speed ups and you have your antiquated coins. And antiquated coins are spent. Those are one type of antiquated coin for each troop family in the Troop Hall archives. And you can see here I've got 20 royal coins, and those show up here as 20 royal coins. There is the basic breakdown of your special currencies. Now, the question is, what do I spend them on, essentially? I've got all these currencies, and what's the best way to spend them? So let me start with keys, okay? So if you go to your castle and you go to your vault, I've said this in other videos, silver keys and gold keys. I do 10 summons at a time. So I'll save up 100 silver keys. Every time I get 100 silver keys, I'll run them. I'll save up 10 gold keys. Every time I get that, I'll do 10 gold chests at a time. If you look at the rewards listing, you see the really low percentage you have of getting each of the troop coins, and you see the really low percentage you have of getting each of the hero shards from every time you open it up. It feels like every time you do a 10 time summon, you get better rewards than if you did them just 10 silver keys and 1 gold key at a time. I don't know statistically if that's actually true or not, but I guess to make my life easier, I just do 10 time summons on those. You definitely want to save up your silver keys. I've talked about this in another video too. If you go look at your upgrade details on your castle and you say, let's see, castle level 6, we unlock Evolve 2. Castle level 11, we unlock Evolve 3. Castle level 16, we unlock Evolve 4. And Castle level 21, we unlock Evolve 5. So you want to have somewhere between 700 and 1400 silver keys saved up for each of those evolves, basing that off of the weekly treasury and how many points you get for the silver keys. So out of 350, 50 goes into 357 times. So that's 700 silver keys. Every time you upgrade your castle level to 6, 11, 16, or 21, you want to make sure you have enough keys for that to make sure you get the maximum amount of those troops early on. And then for the gold keys, really just whenever you have 10 times summon, if you can look, I mean, you want to evolve your heroes. Some of these, like I'm not going to actually put anything into some of those heroes. I've only spent Saint Shards to convert to hero shards for Seth, Lunar Sentinel, and 3 Musketeer. The rest of the purple, which is a lot, and blue, I've gotten through 10 times key summons or random rewards through the map. So there you go. That's really all there is to talk about keys. Next is the Cathedral Blessing. One of the weekly treasury events is to activate Cathedral Blessings. 20 goes into 400. I don't know how many times that is. What, 20? 20 times. And so if you go in here, so I just recently this week, I should have waited. I did 300 Cathedral Blessing for the tax rate. I went up to 32 days of benefit on that. I am still getting mithril. I am still making herbs, even though that my I've already got all those points. There's nothing else to do with those farms and factories, so you might as well have them going. So those three benefits you want to keep running all of the time. I showed it the other day actually didn't get to in a vampire lab. I got up to like 18 expedition points, and at that point it is worth getting the 30% expedition resource gain. Anytime you're going to have 10 or more expeditions at a time, which is usually the day after war or during a vampire lab, it is worth spending 600 Cathedral Blessings for that 30% resource gain. It really does help out. The other thing, and I showed it on my very first video when I beat level 110, I did have the plus 20% attack and the plus 20% hit points buffs going. Those only last for 2 hours each, and they cost 900 Cathedral Blessings, so be very careful on those. You're not going to be able to use them every time there's a war. I wouldn't use them every time you go to the war college. I would be very frugal with those. You can do it. Also, it's really not sustainable to have the gold and the metals and the stone all going at one time. I've kept it on gold because gold, I'm still upgrading spells and heroes. Metals, you get a pretty good, sustainable rate of metals. Plus, you don't use metals on anything other than troops. So I haven't felt the need to increase my metal spending. If we go look, I'm at 15,624 gold per hour, 14,805 metals per hour. The argument could be made that the 30% resource gain is better. I don't know how true that is. I just like to keep it running, and I do that about once a month. I let my Cathedral Blessing collect up. See, I have 32 days left, so it'll be a while before I have to spend any more Cathedral Blessing to keep that 100% gold going. And that's just kind of the way that I go. We talked about army hit points, and then the last one, material production speed. Don't waste your Cathedral Blessing on this. It's only for 4 hours. Absolutely unnecessary. If you go look at your resource production speed, 165 to low is 153% increase. So that means that the clock moves 153% faster, or 165% faster than what it says. So if it's going to take, say, 10 minutes, it would be like maybe 3 minutes of actual production time. Those are just a byproduct of upgrading your buildings. Farm speed and factory speed up 100%, and then restaurant, blacksmith, alchemy up 100%, and the other ones come from your hero skills. So if we look at our command skills, stone production, right? No, where we go? Factory production speed up 15%. So if we go look at Mountain King, if I get him up to, I can go up to 25% factory production speed up by maxing out his evolution. It's going to be a while. Either way, there's no reason to spend Cathedral Blessings on those. The 3 that you see that I have days on, that's what I recommend. Obviously, those are the ones that I do. And then expedition resource gain, whenever you're going to have 10 or more expedition to do. And then 20% attack and 20% hit points on very rare occasions when you're trying to get through something special on the War College, or you just have extra that you want to spend it on. Star Force at the Astral Island. So what do I use these on? So we can run through them. You can look on your own. Most of these are for storehouse capacity. These first 3 are storehouse capacity, and then we get into building speed, spell, and tech, and then all 3 of the storehouse, and then all 3 of the speed ups, and then you get into the gems here. Now, some would probably argue that those gems are the most important, but for 1,500 Cathedral Blessing, 3 of those, 20 silver keys, completely not worth it. What I have used these on, today I'll do it, is the expansion items for the storehouse. I like to keep these kind of at a level pace about once a week. So again, if you follow along with your weekly treasury, defeat Astral Gate bosses, you get 400 points for that. So 8 battles that you can win here. Right? No, 16 battles that you can win there. So, 16 times 300 is, somebody do the math on that. 3,000, 4,800, something like that. Sorry, guys, math in public. I guess I could do it on my computer, but okay. So either way, so what I do is I figure out which one's the highest. So hammer, nail, I have it tells you 14 nails. I have 15 hammers and 11 paint. So I would get all the nails and the paint up to 15 and wait until something changes this week. And so that gives me the extra gold, the extra metal, and the extra gold. Huge ways to increase your resources. I think at one point I looked at this and I had like 16,000 Star Force, and I said, man, that's like 4 million gold and 4 million metals tied up, 100,000 at a time, just sitting here. So that's when I started trying to expand, use my expansion items, keep those at a good level, and try to get to the expansion. Also, those increase your total population by a very small amount, like 10 population. But it is worth doing, I guess. So that's how I use them. Is literally I'll go through, like I said, and I'll keep these at an even level. I'll do 4 more paint today, 1 more nail, and then I'll just wait until something changes later this week, because you get those randomly. What's our other special currency that we have? Saint Shards. Again, it's at the weekly treasury. Convert hero shards. That means you take 10 Saint Shards and you convert them to 1 hero shard in the Chapel of Saints. I've shown how to do this in a different video before. Upgrade your Chapel of Saints because you want the minus 50% shard conversion rate. I usually don't build up 73, but I really only run 6 at a time, six per week, just to close out the treasury. This is a really long-term process. I don't want to run out of them. There's nothing I can do. Like, even if I ran all 7 of those, I'm at 53 out of 100 for this, so that would only put me at 61. So I just kind of go at a nice steady pace. I do 6 per week, just keep it going. I don't really spend the currency, like the speed up for that 16 hours. I try not to run out of that just in case I get in a bind. I just do my 6 per week conversion to Saint Shards. Skin Shards. Okay, in the Heroes Hall, cosmetics is where you can get skin shards. Some heroes have 120, some heroes have 60. If you use skin shards on the heroes that you're actually using, they're a passive bonus, but it's a passive bonus that's only in play if you're using that hero, so it's almost considered an active bonus, if you will. So I use 3 Musketeers and Divine Sage, and I have both of those skin shards. Those are the ones that I use the most, and then behind that is going to be Seth, or probably Ice Queen will be the next one. So I think I'm going to save up to the 160 and get the damage boost 3% and the 50 attack from her. So it's not always available. You do have to save up. It's going to be like 4 months before I get those hero shards. Oh, by the way, you get those in the treasury. So at 3,000 points in the treasury every month, you get an extra 20 skin shards. If you pay the $15 per month, which I've never done, you get the 40 skin shards. I'm telling you, it's not really worth it because it's an active bonus, if you will, and it only works on the heroes you have on offense or the heroes you have on defense. I wouldn't specifically spend $15 a month for skin shards. I don't think that's worth it. All right, now we go to the War Monument currencies. So they tell you what you have up here on the top. I'm at the point now where I'm at 80% of the bonus or higher with everything that I have. I've only got 1 max. I don't worry too much about maxing. It's really difficult. So, but if I wanted to go, say, try to increase my infantry hit points, and I've only got 31, of these topaz, that's not a good deal. I think you need to have like somewhere between 50 and 100. I recommend as many as you can possibly get before you can change each stat, because the worst part is you pray and then you get stuck on something that you don't want, or you end up with a lower hit point than you had. Honestly, the War Monument kind of gives me anxiety. I don't really like it. To set the War Monument, I bought the $20 growth fund. I'm not telling you to spend money. Do not come back to me and say, well, you said spend this money. But for 60,000 gems, I thought $20 was worth it. I set all these where I wanted to go, and then I spent the rest of the gems on gold keys. So if you want to go in, also don't spend a lot in the War Monument. I'm sorry, Fishing Village. Don't spend a lot in the War Monument until you get to castle level 21 and you upgrade the War Monument to level 4. That's when you upgrade the largest range of that. And anything over, let's say 15.3 or 15.8, even if you get it at a lower castle level, I would not change it in the future. Because the range increases, but still 15, 16, 17% is still a really high percentage of that 19% total max there. If you got any questions about that particularly, ask it in the comments. Find me in the game, ask me. We can do that. We can talk about that more. So that carries out the War Monument gems. Alliance Magic Stones. Guys, this one's actually really important. If you don't know how to contribute to the Alliance, usually I do this once a week. I do it the first day of every treasury. All you have to do is come in here and hit the contribute. There, you see, you successfully contributed 1,940. Now I've got over 9,000. I'm going to buy that gold key. Done. I only have 190 left. Usually the other thing I buy with them are loudspeakers, so I got to be careful on that. I have bought silver keys in the past. Like if there's a trial thing saying, oh, you got to do so many silver keys, you can do it. It's really not worth it. To me, the only thing that's really worth it is a gold key and the loudspeaker. If you look, there's other things in here, unless you have all of your heroes to mythic, gold key is by far the best way to go. And loudspeaker, truthfully, it's a waste of those. If you want my honest opinion, but as an alliance leader, I got to chat in world chat sometimes, so that's what I use it for. So those went down to 0. Bat marks. I did my video on the Vampire Lab. If we go look at the Vampire Lab Gallery, this refreshes every single day. You can come in here and look. There's always a variety of things you can get. Spend those on what you have prioritized in the Troop Hall archives. For me, I've done infantry hit points maxed out. I've maxed out infantry damage reduction. I am currently 41 troop coins away from finishing infantry critical rate, and then I'll move on to infantry attack. So I only spend bat marks right now on Eastern because I want to finish that. My next bat marks will be spent on Samsorn Sage and the infantry attack. So if you notice, I think, it's not available. Either way, I would only buy Eastern if it was available this time. And maybe it'll be available tomorrow. I'm not sure. Angel Tears in the Vampire Lab on Battle Day. There's a bar at the bottom that says Hero. You expand that. That allows you to revive your heroes. And then Loudspeaker. I talked about how to buy those. And that allows you to speak in world chat. Speed ups. Spell speed ups are probably, once you're at max level, the only thing that's important. So I've already finished all of my tech, so I'm just collecting tech bonuses. There's no more buildings I can upgrade, so building speed up doesn't matter to me. Once I get through my spells, I'll probably just cycle through those and keep them at an even level. So I have about a day's worth of benefit to catch up once all of my spells are done. But right now I spend those on spells. In fact, you go to the clock tower, and I've got the 4-hour one going, and I have the 4-hour one going because produce clock tower buff you do 10 times a week, so I'm at 49. So this will be the last one that I do for 4 hours. After this one, I'll do 2 hours, which is the 1-day cooldown. It just is a better deal for you on that. So yeah, literally once this is done in 2 hours, the next time I open that up, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do the spell 2 hours for it takes a day to produce a 2-hour speed up. And then, yeah, I only have one. This spell will go up one more time, and then I only have to upgrade Storm after that. So pretty excited. We can talk about priorities of spell later, but that's what I recommend for your clock tower speed ups. Hero training speed ups are excellent. Keep your hero training going for free. I pick one hero I'm going to spend gold on to upgrade, and I have one hero that I'm doing for free. Twilight. I just finished Mountain King for free with hero training speed ups, and now I have Twilight Crusader going, and I'm spending gold on Ice Queen right now to get her up to date. Troop training speed ups, I can never spend enough of those to like even get that down. I mean, I can, go in here in just 21 hours. I don't care. I got 30 days of those. Definitely want to get all of your Evolve 5 heroes to 70 for free before you start spending medals on them. So that'll be my last Evolve 5 hero that I need to get to level 70, and will probably also be the next hero that I mean, it's either the Zapper or the Cutter. I'm not sure. Those are the only two Evolve 5s I have left to spend medals on. So what else do we have here? Again, Saint Shards. I told you Chapel of Saints cooldown time. You get those like 12 hours a month for free. I usually don't spend those because at minus 50% production time, there's really, they don't bother me. And then the last thing is the antiquated coins, and I talked about the Vampire Lab. I've talked about upgrading troops, so there's another video on all of those. The biggest thing is have a priority of what you want to upgrade, and know for each troop family, these are called troop families, right? The Royal troop family, Goblin troop family. So know how you're going to spend them, what your next one is to upgrade. Try to pick, so stay within your troop type. So I pick infantry, and I'm going to try to find the infantry and maximize that for each one of those troop families. So as I randomly get rewards on those, they go towards infantry. And then I spend bat marks to advance the one that I'm currently focusing on. So you go to 3 stars for one attribute for each troop type. So I got infantry damage reduction, both, so plus 20% bonus. So two of those got to 3 stars. So that's 10% and 10%. It's 20% total. Hit points was 20% total. Now it's crit rate, 20%, and the next will be either attack or critical damage. I'm not sure. Probably attack with the desert coins. So yeah, this is a video I had been wanting to do for a while, and it feels good to be done with it and just talking about basic currencies. The only thing I didn't really talk about, let me circle back around. I think that's the least important thing to talk about. Diamond use. I use my diamonds out of convenience. Like, I'm going to bed and this has 2 hours left. I really want to get something else done. So I'll go ahead and use diamonds, close it out, and start again. Ideally, I'm saving up for a 10-time gold key summon on those. And it's worth it. The other thing that I have found, if you go to daily buys, the diamond chest, occasionally, you have to watch it every day. This diamond chest at the end will have a gold key for 300 diamonds, and you can do that 3 times. So that saves you 45 diamonds per 3 keys, because normally they're 315 diamonds each. That's a pretty decent deal. I don't recommend the hallowed chest. It's never a good deal. You can only get one, and it costs just an extreme amount of diamonds. But sometimes this diamond chest is pretty good, especially if it has gold key in it. You check it every day. If it has the hero that you want, you can spend it on that. Otherwise, gold keys, or straight up just save them up for the 10x summon for the gold vault. So that's what I recommend you spending diamonds on. Stone is just buildings and technology. I have 155 million stone right now because I have nothing to spend it on. Gold, always make sure that I have enough for the next spell level, and then the rest of it I dump into a hero. I will continually, once the spells are done, they'll just go straight into hero. There's nothing else to spend gold on other than those 2 things, and medals is just troops. So there's not a whole lot to talk about with those. So that's it. That's everything that I have to discuss about your special currencies and the speed ups and the antiquated coins. So if you have any questions, just ask, put it in the comments, or let me know what you think about this video, if there's anything else you want me to do. All right, Treadstone out.